Hello, Music Multiverse listeners, and welcome back to Beyond Your Radio. And this is Keep It Dark, episode 23, and this on February 26th of 2026. Tonight we explore a rooted folk, almost northern Indian kind of chant, drum, blues minimalism that's bone thin, yet thick and haunting. We go deep into Manitoba in a murky plain that probably only exists in some storm front over the plains.
Lay me on a cooling board. Oh, well, I'm gonna stretch out on him. I'm gonna stretch out on him. Stretch out on him. Jesus gonna make up a dying.
There's absolutely no place to hide. Not a forest you can run to that you could even see for hundreds of miles. But somehow we have centered figure in this middle fielded to nowhereville with a guitar in hand, a microphone to infinity. And I don't know, making a statement that's dark, visceral, and not anywhere near guttural. A contrast of a Willie Dixon, a Robert Johnson in a flesh made real as today. Gothic country in a wake of darkened clouds and shadowlessness. This is Keep It Dark, Uncle Sinner. Fresh off the heels of albumless and challenge, The Gilded Palace of Sin, from the Flying Burrito Brothers, I dive into a unique Gothic country built on the bones of a very desperate Americana placed in the hands of a multi-instrumentalist of banjo, acoustic, electric guitar, and vocal, as well as a partner in this who is unusually sin-soaked as well, and vocal, bass, mandolin, and guitar, and percussion and banjo. The first known as Uncle Sinner, which is Mike Bodner, and the other one known as Fuller Vengeance, Matt McLeod. The devil here is playing the most harsh and telling role of all at every turn, in a reference to the fight for a soul, not an evangelist per se, more of that the sinner, a noun for a regular human being that knows the fault, the temptation, and the realities, whether it is his own or those of others. One way or another, it seems utterly clear, not so clear, but bluesy clear, if you know what I mean. It's a very old school performance, and this is done in a variety of production styles from the very first recording, which came about through the devil itself. That's social media, or the devil himself, again, as the Devil's Ruin Records, which does not exist any longer. Or does it? Uncle Sinner was born of the MySpace generation interest, and that fell to ruin, obviously, much after the debut, Ballads and Mental Breakdowns, which is simple pluck and tap or stomp, really, if you will, truly becomes a mesmerizingly bold, dark blues country. Unlike that, you've probably heard. You may have heard like a one song where someone tried to dip their toe in this water. Maybe not in an evangelistic sense, but in a realism sense, or a lost control sense, or a crying out for this kind of help from being a sinner. But this Uncle Sinner, he's neck deep in the vile river, treading or drowning. One can tip, again, their toe in this water, but this is not the same kind of thing. And that was plenty obvious when it came to the devout When Jesus Comes.
What will you do when Jesus comes? What you gonna do when Jesus comes? Will you kick him out in the street, or will you let him have your seat? Tell me, what will you do when Jesus comes?
What do you think about the Jesus people? I stand by your minister.
As the song that really brought Uncle Sinner into a light. baptized in a fleeting popularity. This is an entirety of bleak search for salvation that doesn't seem possible, but it asks that question over and over again, if it is, as to where are you? Where are we? Even as we get to trouble this world in 2020 with that release, Without Fuller Vengeance, as he had passed away in 2018, he passed away without a sound, without a whimper. The community of this kind of country, this dark country, this black country, shares apparently no information, no marketing, no kinship, except within itself, maybe. You're not allowed in, you're not allowed out. And Uncle Sinner continues, even as in the December release, 2025, it's called Everybody Wants to Know How I Die, which was the first time I'd seen or heard of Uncle Sinner besides that one song that shows up on that You Have to Hear Gothic Death Country When Jesus Comes. Uncle Sinner takes the wretched old and just makes it different. Almost a revival taxidermist to songs like The Gallows Pole.
I think I see my father coming riding beneath my. Did you bring me a little silver or did you bring me a little gold? What did you bring me, my own father, to keep me from the gallows pole?
Black Betty.
Black Betty had a baby. Black Betty had a baby. Oh, and the damn thing's crazy. I said the damn thing's crazy. Oh, she stuck his head in gravy. Squirrel head gravy. Oh, Lord, Black Betty. Oh, Lord, Black Betty.
Crawling King Snake. And The Dying Californian. There are multitude of other ones I could list. It's amazing what he does to this in the name of his blues, stomp, and reckoning. It's why this kind of music. It's so old school. It's not a revival. It's a gruesome reckoning that's laced with soul-stripped simplicity, dust to dust, ashes to ashes originality, and conjurings far beyond that of any outlaw country you could experience.
I know that my Redeemer lives. Glory, hallelujah. What comfort this sweet sentence gives. Glory, hallelujah.
A sacred heaving place to want to be cleansed or somehow understood for that which you had done. A Bible belt to the ear and a heart trap to the spirit of survival and worldly understanding that's mostly good and evil, void of anything more complicated than strings, drum, vocal. Uncle Sinner is a lone wolf in a canned heat sort of way, or quite possibly the cover man in preacher's cloth and a guitar's message and a thumping that goes out for us all. What it is extremely emotional, though cutthroat. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Articles, videos, podcasts coming soon. All about albums, bands, artists, anything we can get our hands on. Thank you for taking this dark journey with me. We'll be back again in a few weeks with another Keep It Dark. Until then, thanks for watching and happy listening.